Welcome back to Trouble with Tish. I'm Tish and I be trouble. Today we are checking out a company that is supposed to be sweat-proof makeup. I want to get this correct, so let me look it up really quickly. Okay, so this is from their website. The owner and founder of SWAKE Cosmetics is Vanessa Sachs. I have ordered a sample. I have used it once. I will let you know how that worked out for me. So back to Vanessa. She was a master's student at the University of Georgia, and she entered basically a contest at her university. It's called the UGA Entrepreneurship Idea Accelerator, and she raised $10,000, and she invented sweat-proof makeup. She wanted to be able to go to the gym and not sweat her makeup off. For myself, it's not about going to the gym because I don't wear makeup to the gym, but I have a condition called hyperhidrosis where I sweat constantly, and I don't just sweat in my armpits or, get swamp ass. I sweat on my face, I sweat in my scalp, I sweat everywhere. My whole body sweats. And for the longest time, it was really, really embarrassing, and this is why I wear tank tops year-round. Part of the reason that I have a problem with doing makeup in the summer is because I sweat even more during the summer, and it's horrible. So we are going to do a wear test of the SWAKE Foundation, and I will show you what it looks like to start with, and I will show you what it looks like after I have basically sweat all day. So it is 10:41, and I am going to put this on.
Troubles on the mind, hands around your throat, out in open waters trying to stay afloat. Remember to forget the future and the past.
Alright, I am going to use the CxC London Watermelon Burst Hydrating Primer. This is the primer I use with almost all of my foundations. I really love the primer, so it works well for me. Now, my skin has turned red, not because it's having a negative reaction, but I have a very reactive face. It turns red all the time. Fun. So, I'm going to take this. Now, this is not exactly the right shade, being as she is a very, very small startup company. She is not going to have a large selection of shades. I'm going to be ordering this shade, which is shade 103, as well as a lighter shade to mix together. So I have zoomed you in. This is what my face is looking like. Now, I always apply with a brush and then go over it with a sponge. I just wanted you to see the coverage with the brush. Alright, now I have a few things to do today that are going to cause me to sweat. I have allergies, so I don't expect it to stay on my nose. When I used it before, I noticed that when I did sweat, it doesn't stop you from sweating. It just stays on. Alright, so this is what we're looking like. Now I go through with the sponge and smooth it out. I did notice that if you have dry, flaky skin, that it will tend to stick to the flaky parts of your skin. Alright, this is how I'm looking right currently. Alright, so I will get a shot on my phone of me out in regular lights. These are studio lights, so I'm going to add that in, and then I will come back at the end of the day and show you how it wore. I will probably have to set it down. So I will come back after my makeup is done, show you what the final look is looking like, and then we will get going with this wear test. Alright, this is my final look. Let's take a look at how it is looking. Okay, so we obviously have some forehead lines because, you know, it is what it is. It seems to be working just fine with the makeup I have applied. I know that it's going to gather here in my nose. I don't know how to fix that, but I have very, very dry skin, so it is what it is. I should probably work on my skincare routine if I want the wrinkles to go and, you know, all of that. Anyways, so I will check back in at the end of the day. I will try to get some, let's focus you out here. I will try to get some footage of it in daylight as opposed to these lights. I do like the way that it sits down on the face. I'm actually going to do one last thing, which is use this Coola makeup setting spray. It's a sunscreen spray. The sunscreen spray. It's definitely not one you want to open your eyes to right away. So I will come back and show you how my makeup was worn throughout the day at the end of the day. So I will see you then. Alright, so this is what we are looking like outside, and I will step into the light, but I am telling you I will have to close my eyes because sunlight and I are not friends. But this is what we are looking like in the sun. Okay, we're gonna step back in the shade here. I can open my eyes. Alright, so that is our natural lighting. And we have tons of birds. Oh, okay, well, we have a crow that is taken off with a mouse, and all the other crows are chasing it. Good to know. All right, so I will check back in at the end of the day. It is currently 11:37, so not too long after the end of the video. But I will be running some errands and doing some cleaning and doing some cooking, so I will be working up a sweat, and we shall see how this works out. I will see you back then. Alright, let's see how this foundation has worn. Pull my hair back so we can see here. It is 9:09. Alright. Zoom you in here. Alright. It has totally worn out in between where my wrinkles are. On my nose, it has worn off, and it's kind of patchy. It's worn around my wrinkles, sunk into the lines. However, none of this has worn off because of sweat. I believe I started at like 11 or something like that, so 10 hours. This is 10 hours of wear. I wouldn't say that it has faded gracefully, but I also would not say that it has worn away due to sweat. Okay, so here's the deal. The last time I wore this, let's scoot you out here, you know, I'll open my grill. Alright, so the last time I wore this, it was on an extremely hot day. It was Mother's Day, and I was at my sister's house, and her AC was like standing in front of the kitchen sink. It was hot. And not only was it hot, but there was food, and there was cooking, and there was lots of people, and so the sweating was very profuse on my end. Everybody was sweating, but when I sweat, I really sweat. I noticed that if I dabbed the sweat off of my forehead or my nose or wherever, that the foundation would stay in place. However, if I swiped the sweat, it would come off. Now, the first place for the foundation to disappear was where my sunglasses hit. That's always where my foundation disappears first. I would say that if you are not having to wear this for, say, I don't know, 10 hours, and if you don't have crevices in your forehead, it would be great. So I guess it would be what your preference is. Also, if you have dry skin, I have dry skin right here right now and around my nose, so it kind of clung onto the dry spots. So probably if you have a lot of dry skin, you're not going to want to use this, but it was worth a try, and I will probably end up buying a full-size version during the summer. I need something that I can wear for shorter periods of time anyways. If you found this useful, if you like this kind of thing, go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, do all that stuff. I hope every single one of you has an absolutely amazing day, and I will see you all next time. Bye.
Troubles on the mind, hands around your throat, out in open waters trying to stay afloat.